We are Epic Games. With exclusivity, we shall have all your favorite games on our storefront. Resistance is futile. You will be made exclusive.
Hello everyone, this is Cybot1 bringing you some fresh gameplay from the land down under. Now today, I'm going to talk about something that's a bit of a hot topic in gaming right now, that being Epic Games, its launcher store, its competition with Steam, and how it's been basically buying out exclusivity and gobbling up the rights to various very popular AAA games. Now, when Epic was first announced, I was one of the people who was actually quite happy at the idea of having competition. Not necessarily because I actually wanted to have a different launcher, but simply because it means that then I might be able to get better deals from Steam, and I think a lot of people share that mentality and that mindset. However, the way that Epic has gone about establishing itself as a brand and the resulting fallout and PR disasters from that is less than ideal. Basically, what Epic has been doing to establish itself is offering publishers and developers big sums of money in order to basically say, you will not sell on Steam for a year. Now, there have been several controversies surrounding this, notably Metro Exodus, which had been selling the game on Steam for its entire development, and about a month before launch, it was revealed that they had then signed an exclusivity deal with Epic Games that people would not be able to purchase and play the game on Steam for a year. Now, this led to a huge amount of backlash with fans saying they would pirate or even boycott the game. And note that I do not agree with piracy at all. Quite frankly, you should support the developers, whatever the case. But basically, fans were not happy at all, and eventually the publisher had to release a statement saying that they were responsible and please do not take it out on the devs. They were the ones who signed the deal. It was their call, the devs had nothing to do with it. Mind you, this was also around the time a dev from the game went rogue and basically told the fans that they would buy the game on whatever platform they chose, or they would simply not, develop Metro for PC anymore. Which then had the devs studio having to go make a statement saying that this person's views do not reflect the entire studio's views. Because you can't exactly just go around threatening your consumers. Just ask EA how that went. With Patrick Sutherland calling people who didn't like the heavy agenda pushing in Battlefield 5 uneducated, just to borrow a word here. Between Metro Exodus and the most recent and controversy, which is why I'm playing Fallout New Vegas for today's video, was also the Phoenix Point, which was a crowd-funded game acting as a spiritual successor to the first XCOM, and even developed by people who worked on the first XCOM game. Oh man, those ants look freaky. Now, this one had a lot of complications, again, because it was a crowd-funded game that had made promises of Steam and GOG keys. There was a video released to it. I'll see if I can't find the link. It's delisted, but it's still visible. Hello, level up. Let's go repair. Let's try 10 points into my repair. Let's see, what do I got? Yes, anyway, Phoenix Point was crowdfunded, and then it took an exclusivity deal. 1 year on Epic. Now, the lead dev in this on this project did go on to release a video saying that this would allow them to support the game for longer and that any backers would get year 1 support, and if that still was enough, they would offer refunds on their investment. Now, while this was the correct thing to do, honestly, the absolutely correct thing to do would have just been not to take the exclusivity deal at all. Those people had given you money for the product, or to help you make the product, and then you've basically gone behind their backs to restrict their thing and go back on their options to play your product, and especially after you've already advertised and promised them that it would be playable on these platforms. Now, most recently, amongst these controversies, is Obsidian's new game, The Outer Worlds, which was revealed around the same time that Fallout 76 became an absolute... well, it became an absolute disaster. And seemed like a good Fallout New Vegas style game that fans wanted, since Bethesda just does not make those kinds of games, and Fallout 76 happened. This game, in its opening trailer, had been advertised for sale on Steam, and the news that Obsidian's new game was going to be an Epic Store exclusive went over about as well as someone discovering they had cancer. With the "You are the chosen one, we were so close to greatness," and more "Guess I'll be pirating," or people say that this declaration just saved them $60. Now, as I said at the start of the video, I'm all for the idea of Steam and Valve having competition. This is ultimately good for the market because it means that then they actually have to do something to make us want to buy with them, whether that be deals or even free games in the a la PlayStation Plus. What's up here? Nothing. Anyway, deals, PlayStation Plus, that's entirely... how they chose to do it was entirely up to them, but the fact that they would need to do it in order to remain the top dog would have been good for the market. However, rather than actually fostering genuine competition, Epic has basically been disallowing competition. Even though they themselves have recently revealed that they honestly can't keep doing this, and that this is just a short-term measure in order to establish themselves, which is possibly the only silver lining to take away from this. Yeah, I see you over there. Ooh, geckos. Now, in all honesty, I'm still going to get The Outer Worlds on console. I'm still probably going to get it on PC. But I think I'll be getting the console first and just waiting out the year, because I do not condone Epic's practices. They do say that they sold 2.5 times more copies of Metro Exodus on Metro Last Light, but this is a bit of a loaded statistic, as the industry and Metro's fandom has grown considerably since Last Light's initial release on Steam. And that is a very important detail to remember. Rads. Lots of rads. But all in all, I'm going to say that if you're going to buy the game, buy the game. I don't agree with what Epic's doing. I would personally just say, if you're going to buy one of these games, wait for them to get them on console and then wait the year out. That is a lot of rats. Buy it on console, wait the year out, and then get it on Steam a year later. Although of interest to note as well is that Bethesda, the guys who, screwed up Fallout 76, and Steam seem to be working together with now Bethesda actually bringing a lot of its exclusive games that it had intended to keep on its own launcher to Steam, seemingly to hit back on the Epic exclusivities. So there is that. That's really all there is to it, really. Epic Games being very aggressive without being competitive and trying to get people to switch over to their launcher despite it being inferior to Steam in every single way. And also potentially being spyware, if recent news regarding it accessing local files from your Steam directories is true. But anyhow, that'll be me for today. Please like and subscribe if you want to see more content. We'll probably be my next video will probably be the next installment of my WoW leveling series. So please like and subscribe if you want to see more, and until next time, this is ConCybot1, signing out.